green that it's on. If it's red, you have. Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Molly? Here's Molly. Molly and Nancy and me and Paula. She can't hear you because you're not on the mic. Okay, it's Star saying hello to Molly. Okay. So make sure you've got mats, and of course, and blocks and a strap. Yeah, we'll use it all today. Some people who are way, way back there, you can move up a little if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. You want to come up a little, or you're good there? Okay. Start with a comfortable seated position. Maybe cross-legged. Or if you prefer, you can sit in Virasana with your legs tucked under, whichever is comfortable. The legs can be crossed or one in front of the other. And let's just take a big shoulder roll and drop the shoulders back. And just take your hands behind you and just find that little height. So you're sitting high on your sit bones, and then bring your hands onto your knees and go ahead and close your eyes. And just sitting nice and tall so you've got lots of space in the front body. And we'll start to focus on the breath as a way to bring ourselves into our yoga space, our sense of inner awareness. Just using the breath as a way to make that transition. Or sometimes I like to use an image. I just think of leaving a big crowded, noisy city and finding a path, and it becomes quieter and quieter as you move into the woods. Either an image or even just focusing on the breath, slowing down, noticing the movement in the body as you inhale, and the relaxation and release as you exhale. Relaxing through the jaw. You can take your hands and just give yourself a little massage right around the jawline. Just relaxing. And just keep in mind that there's no right or wrong. Trying to shift from that sense of, oh, I'm not doing this right, or judging, into just observing, just allowing, just kind of without judgment, without criticizing. Just notice what's going on. Go ahead and open your eyes. We'll start to coordinate our breath with movement. So bring your hands to the heart, palms together. As you inhale, we'll start to open up the thumbs away from each other, and then bring the forearms together as you inhale and lift. And then your elbows will separate. And then on the exhale, just let your arms float down. So think of the arms as mimicking the work of the lungs, again coming together, and then like a little breaststroke coming up on the inhale, and exhale, noticing the movement that creates in the shoulder and the shoulder blades. Again, coming up, lifting the arms, feel that stretch as you come up across the shoulder blades, and then notice how they come together as you exhale. And one more time, coming up, and exhale, reaching out, sitting nice and tall, and allowing your hands to come down. Let's interlace the fingers behind the head. And right away you have a little engagement through the rib cage and abdominals. We're going to inhale. And then exhale, bring your elbows together. And inhale, open. And just focusing on that movement in the shoulder blades. Open, and exhale, and open, and exhale, and open. And then let's take the arms up. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, let the shoulders drop, and then re-extend through the fingertips. So the shoulders are dropping, but the fingertips are reaching nice and tall. Inhale, and then exhale, we'll take it to a side bend. So reaching through the fingertips of that top arm, see if you can roll that shoulder back. So we're actually opening the chest toward the ceiling, relaxing that lower shoulder away from your ear. See if you can straighten that elbow as you reach. The opposite sit bone is pressing into the mat, creating length from that hip to the fingertips. And then on the inhale, use that arm to take you up. Good. Let's take the arms up again. And we'll take it to the other side. Exhale. Arm comes to the mat, and then reaching over, reaching through the fingertips, pressing that opposite hip down, opening up the chest. Feel that stretch in the side body. And inhale to come up. And let's take our hands behind us and interlace the fingers. And if you can bring the palms together, opening up the chest, shoulders back, getting finding lots of space between the collarbones as you inhale. And exhale, we'll come forward any amount. Palms can be together or separated behind you. Shoulder blades are pressing together, lengthening from the sit bones. And then go ahead and release the hands slowly, bring them in front of you. Lengthening the front body as well as the back body. Notice the stretch in the hips. And let's go ahead and walk the hands to one side so your chest is over your knee. So the back side, the rib in the back is pulling up and the front rib is dropping. Walking the fingertips away. And then you can walk both hands back through center and take it to the other side. So your chest is right over that knee. Feel the compression in the back, lengthening in the front rib cage. And we'll walk it back to center and then take your hands back. And let's go ahead and change the fold of our legs. You're anticipating me there. Inhale the arms up. And again, let's take it to a side bend, reaching through the fingertips. And inhale to come up. And again, arms up. And we'll take it to the other side. Reach through those fingertips, pressing down through that opposite hip, opening up the chest to the ceiling, and come back up. And one more time, take the arms up. And let's take it to our forward bend. Finding length in the lower back. And then go ahead and walk it to one side. Chest is moving toward the knee. And back through center. And we'll take it to the other side. And come back to center. And we'll slowly walk the hands back toward you. And let's come up and just take the feet flat to the mat. We're going to come onto our backs. So from here, arms out, sitting nice and tall. We'll get a little ab work in here as we slowly lower down toward the mat. Focusing on the abdominals so you can get past that spot where it just wants to let go and come all the way down to the mat. Once you're there, we'll bring the knees in and just rotate the ankles both directions. And go ahead and place the right foot on the mat so the knee is bent. We'll interlace the fingers behind the left thigh and take the left leg up toward the ceiling, pressing through that heel. And then you can go ahead and extend the right leg on the mat and pressing through that heel as well. So both feet are flexed, both legs are working. So we're engaging the quads, stretching through the hamstrings. That left leg is pressing toward the ceiling. Also, think of lengthening from your hip to the bottom of that foot as it moves toward the ceiling, and also pressing into your hands so you're creating space in that left hip joint. And let's go ahead and take the arms overhead. So your arms are alongside your ears, thumbs touching the floor. Let the shoulders drop back. So you're actually in a supine warrior 3 position. Bottom of the foot pressing toward the ceiling. Inhale, exhale. Legs are working, arms are working, relaxing through the face and the jaw. let's go ahead and slide that bottom foot back up. So the sole of the foot is on the mat. We're going to cross that left ankle over the right knee, coming into our pigeon position. And you can take your hand and gently press that knee open, keeping that foot flexed. And then you can go ahead and lift that bottom leg and then interlace the fingers behind the thigh or the shin. I prefer to interlace the fingers behind the thigh. It's a little less pressure on the knee. But keeping that left knee open, left foot is flexed. And then pressing that foot away. So your left ankle is pressing into that right knee. Inhale, and then exhale, resist as you pull that knee toward your chest. On the exhale, inhale, relax it open away from you. And again, resisting that leg as you pull that leg in. Inhale, relax it open, straighten the arms. And exhale, bring it toward you. And inhale, relax it open. Let's go ahead and lower the foot to the mat. And we're going to let the knee come all the way across. So now we're crossing the left knee over the right. And take your arms out to the side. And we'll lift the legs off the mat. Now, we're going to come into a twist. So you have an option here to keep the knees crossed as they are, or you can also try to tuck that ankle behind for your eagle or Garudasana legs. That may not be available to everybody either way. And from here, we're going to let the knees drop toward the right. And as much as you can, we want to keep the shoulder blades on the mat. Inhale and exhale. See if you can relax through the legs. Either a simple cross of the knees, or you have that ankle wrapped around, the foot wrapped around the ankle. Inhale, exhale. Then let's take the left arm up toward the ceiling. We're going to bring that left arm over to meet the right. And then keeping the legs where they are, we're going to push down on our hands so that we come to have our chest facing the mat. So just use your hands. You can come up on the, you might want to move over so your knees are on the mat. So your chest is in a sphinx position, or you can stay where you are. For a little extra twist, using the leverage of the mat. You can stay up on your forearms, or if it's available, you can stack your hands one on top of the other and bring the forehead to the mat. And then go ahead and extend your right arm long, and then you can use your left to come back onto your back. And just bring both soles of the feet to the mat. And just, you can use your hands to find the edges of the mat so you can center yourself right in the middle of your mat again. And just take notice, see if you're feeling any different from one side to the other. And go ahead and bring the right knee in. We'll interlace the fingers behind the right knee this time, the right thigh. And extend that right leg up toward the ceiling. And you can extend the left leg long on the mat. Again, pressing through the heels of both feet, flexing the feet, working the quads, stretching that hamstring. Extending the bottom of the right foot toward the ceiling as that hip presses into the mat. Also pressing the back of that thigh into your fingers. Keep the legs where they are. We'll take the arms overhead so they're alongside the ears, thumbs toward the floor. Let the shoulders relax toward the mat. Finding your supine warrior 3. And then go ahead and slide that left heel in so the sole of the left foot is on the mat. And we'll place the right ankle on that knee with the right foot flexed. And then you can just take a hand and gently open that right knee. And you can lift that left leg and interlace the fingers behind that thigh or around the shin. Keeping the arms long to start, we'll inhale. And then as you exhale, again, resist that knee open, resist the ankle against that knee as you bring it toward you. And then inhale, extend the arms. Again, exhale, resisting the ankle, the knee open as you pull that knee in. And inhale, extend. And one more time. Exhale, really pressing that ankle against the knee as you bring it toward you. Also using your arm strength here. And then inhale, relax. Go ahead and bring the left foot to the mat and allow the knee to come over. The right knee crosses over the left. Arms come out to the side. An option here again to either just a simple cross, or you can wrap that right ankle against the left, around the left for your Garudasana legs. And slightly shift your hips to the right. And we'll let the legs, knees drop to the left, finding your twist. An option to stay here, or we can take the right arm up and all the way over to meet the left. And then you can come up onto your hands so that you can bring your chest facing the mat. So you can be on your forearms. That might be enough right there. This is an intense stretch here. Or option to stack one hand on top of the other and bring the forehead to the mat, palms down toward the mat. Inhale, exhale, notice where you're feeling the stretch. See if you can relax the legs. And then extend the left leg, the left arm long. And then you can roll back onto your back and then find the edges of your mat so you can kind of align yourself again in the middle of the mat, uncross the legs. And just take a moment to feel the result of the twist, to neutralize. And then again, let's take that right leg, we'll cross it over the left, and then we'll lift the feet off the mat. So make sure that your knee is over your hips and not pulled in too much. We want to keep the knees out just a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of ab work here. So take your hands and interlace them behind your head. And we'll inhale. On the exhale, we're going to focus on the abs, bringing the navel to spine, and just lift the chest as you exhale. And inhale back to the mat. Again, lifting the chest, elbows stay nice and wide, focusing on the abdominals, and inhale to come back. And exhale, lift, pressing the head into the fingers, and lower. And again, inhale, exhale as you lift. And this time, as you lower, we're going to tap the toes to the mat. So keep the same angle in the legs. And then as you inhale, we're just going to tap the mat as the head lowers. And then exhale as you come up, bring the knees back up. So now we're adding the lower abs. And inhale, tap the toe, bring the head down. And exhale, lift, focusing on those abs. Keep the abs nice and strong. Inhale to come down, tap the toe. And exhale, come back up. Hold it there. And lower down. Good. Let's keep the foot on the mat. This time we're going to cross the left elbow to the right knee. That's on top. So inhale. And then exhale, we're going to come up for oblique. And inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. And lower. Your feet can be on the mat or up, your choice. And lift. And lower. And lift. Hold it there. And relax the head down. Go ahead and uncross. And then we'll bring the right foot to the center of the mat. Take your left leg, cross the knees, cross your knee over the left knee, and lift. Again, make sure that your knees aren't too far forward. You want to keep them aligned over the hips, interlacing the fingers behind the head. We'll start with just the chest lift. So inhale, down, and then exhale, lift, pressing the back of the head into the fingers. Strong through the abdominals, navel to spine. And inhale, bring the head down. Again, exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lift. This time as you lower, we'll tap the toes. Inhale, and then exhale, lift, working the lower abs as well. And lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and lower. Take a breath there. Moving into obliques. This time we'll bring the right elbow toward the left knee. Inhale. And exhale, lifting the shoulder blades off the mat as you twist. And inhale, lower. And exhale, come up, obliques. And lower. Inhale, and exhale, come up. And lower. Last one, inhale, take it up. Maybe lift the legs if they're not already lifted. Hold it there. And lower everything down. And let's extend the arms out to a T and take the soles of the feet together and just let your inner thighs open. Deep breath in and exhale. Feeling that relief, release. Take your hands, and you can use your hands to bring the knees back up together. Bring the knees into the chest, and we'll just roll to one side. And we'll come up to hands and knees. So we're in a tabletop position. So your wrists are right under the shoulders. Your knees are under the hips. First, we'll start with a neutral spine. So make sure your abdominals are engaged. Your tailbone, top of the head are moving away from each other, finding length in the spine. And we'll do a little cat-cow here. So we'll start by inhaling as the belly drops. The chin comes up, tailbone lifts, shoulders away from the ears. And then on the exhale, cat, we'll round the spine, drop the head. Drop the tailbone, bringing the navel to spine, finding as much space between the vertebrae as we can. And inhale, cow. And exhale, round. And inhale, cow. Exhale, round, bringing lots of flexion to the spine. And inhale. And exhale, hold it there, press through the hands. separating the shoulder blades, and then we'll come back to neutral. So from here, we're going to come into downward dog. So one of the methods I use for measuring is to make sure the wrists are under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and then let's move the hands up about 1 palm length forward. And you can go ahead and tuck the toes and then use the strength of the abdominals to lift the hips. So now we're coming into our downward dog. So fingers are nice and wide and spread apart. You're pressing through every part of the hand. Fingertips, base of the fingers, heel of the hand. And go ahead and pedal out the feet. Maybe bending one knee and the other, stretching the calves. And then we'll come into stillness. The feet can be about hip distance apart. Hands are about shoulder distance apart. And then see if you can rotate the elbows toward each other so you get a little bit of extra stretch between the shoulder blades. The chest is moving toward the thighs. And abdominals are strong. So if you're extra flexible in the shoulders, you want to make sure you're supporting the lower back. So that we do that by engaging strongly through the abdominals. Go ahead and bend the knees, lift the sit bones toward the ceiling. Find that length in the front body from the fingertips to the sit bones. Inhale, exhale. And then maintaining that height, we'll slowly lower the heels back to the mat. Inhale, exhale. Then come up high on the balls of both feet. We'll look forward, and then we'll just walk to the front of the mat. So we're coming into Uttasana, or forward fold, and just relax the head down, relax the shoulders. You might have a slight bend in the knees. You can bend and straighten one leg at a time. Maybe shake the head, yes and no. Your hands can be on the mat, or you can also take the hands to a block. And then we'll go ahead on the inhale. Let's come to a flat back. So we'll inhale, abdominals strong. You can take your hands to the shins. Shoulders are away from the ears. Abdominals nice and strong. Look in the mirror. Find that nice flat back. Inhale, and then exhale, release. Come back to your forward fold. Again, inhale, flat back. And then from here, let's take the arms out to a T. So we're still in a nice long spine, strong abdominals. And you can check in the mirror, make sure you're not letting the hips come back behind the ankles. You want to keep the hips over the ankles as much as you can. Inhale. And then exhale, let's bring the palms together straight out in front. You're going to notice a difference right there. It's going to take a lot more strength in the legs and the abdominals. And then again, open the arms out to the side. Press through the bottoms of the feet to come all the way up. Take the arms up and then bring them together, palms together at the heart. Go ahead and take a moment there. You can close your eyes. Feet can be about hip distance apart. Shoulders dropping, chest opening, finding that height, top of the head moving toward the ceiling. And go ahead and open your eyes. And let's take the block and pick up your strap. And you can face front for this. We're going to take the block right between the legs. So right away when you have the block there, you're already finding stability in the hips. The inner thighs are working as you're holding onto that block. You don't even have to press very hard, but right away that's going to engage the abdominals. And we'll take the strap about shoulder distance apart. You can double it up there, just right out in front. From here, we're going to bring the hips back. I'm just going to face this direction. So we're going to come into a chair pose. So from here, I'm going to, pulling apart on the strap, I'm going to let my hips come back so that the knees are still aligned over the ankles. Abdominals nice and strong. Lifting the chest. So we're working here, we're working the quadriceps, working the abdominals, lower abs. Then maybe sink back a little bit more. Everything's working. Face and jaw are relaxed. Maybe lift the chest a little bit more from the hips. Inhale and exhale. Just bring your hands to your knees. Let the head drop. Let's try that again. Bring the arms up. Abdominals strong. Arms are working. Pulling apart on the strap. Pressing into the block. Maybe drop the hips a little bit more. Finding length through the arms. Maybe lifting the chest. Shoulders dropping away from the ears. Inhale, exhale, relax. All right, let's do that one more time. Take the arms up. Arms are working, legs are working, abdominals, lower abs. Face is relaxed. Inhale, exhale. Let's come all the way up to stand. And still holding on to the strap, we'll take the arms up. And let's just take it to a side bend. So still pulling apart on the strap, pressing the hips out to one side. Feel that stretch, top shoulder stays back, aligned over the hips. Inhale to come back up and take it to the other side, pressing through that hip. And come back up. All right, let's lower the arms and just take, you can put the strap down. We'll inhale the arms up and we'll take it to a twist. The arms will come to a T. So just facing the gym side here. Drop the shoulders, reaching through the fingertips. Inhale to come back up. And exhale, we'll take it to the other side. And inhale to come back up. And exhale, twist. Feel that stretch through the waist and the rib cage. Coming back up. And one more time toward the window side. And take the arms up. Inhale, exhale. We'll lower the arms. And let's just take the block out. And we'll come to the top of the mat and lower that just a little bit. From here, let's, your feet can be about hip distance apart or closer. Inhale the arms up. And then exhale, take the arms out to the side and we're gonna swan dive, knees either straight or bent. The chest is leading, we'll come all the way down to Uttasana or forward fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale to your forward fold. And then again, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's take the arms out to the side. And then we're going to come into eagle arms or Garudasana arms. So we'll take the right arm under the left in front. So that left elbow is over the right elbow. And then your backs of your arms, of your forearms are facing each other. And then you can start to bring the thumbs toward each other. And if you can, bring the palms to face each other. If that doesn't work, you can keep the backs of your hands together or even keep your hands on your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. And feel that separation between the shoulder blades as your elbows move away from your body. You're still nice and tall. Abdominals engaged. From here, we're going to come into our chair. Garudasana arms. Utkatasana, chair pose. So we're going to bring the weight slowly onto the left leg. And And then start to bring that right knee, that right leg, and cross it over the left. So when you're practicing, I'm just going to show you, I like to have, when I'm really starting to practice this balance, have a block right there so that if you lose your balance, you can just bring your toe to that block. It really helps if it's, so right arm is underneath, right leg is on top. So if you start to lose your balance, you can find your block with that big toe. And then slowly come up and unwind and bring the arms down. Okay, let's take the arms, we'll take the arms up. And then exhale, we'll take the arms behind you, bring the hips back. And then we'll just practice a little balance pose right here, coming up onto the balls of the feet, lifting the hips. Hold it there, nice long spine. See if you can press into the balls of the feet rather than having the weight sometimes the weight will fall out to the pinky toe side. And then slowly lower the hips, bring the arms up, and exhale. Okay, let's again take the arms up. Come into your chair pose, no block this time. And then bring your hands to the heart. And very slowly start to shift your weight so it's over the left foot. And we'll very slowly bring the right leg up. Holding it there, find your balance over that left foot. Focusing on the abdominals. And then place that right foot back on the mat. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So first find your chair pose. Then start to shift the weight over that right foot. You can lift that left. Strong through the abdominals. And then place that foot back on the mat and come to stand. Okay, so let's try that Garudasana again. Take the arms out. And this time we'll take the left arm under the right. And again, you can either have backs of the forearms facing each other or start to turn your palms toward each other. Drop the shoulders, elbows move away from you. So your left arm is on the bottom. We're going to start to shift the weight as your hips come back. We're going to lift the left leg over the right. Again, you can have your block there as a little help for the balance. And sitting down into that pose, take your time, focusing on the midline, abdominals strong. If you're feeling nice and confident here, you can start to come forward, reaching the elbows toward the knees, and come back up. And slowly with control, let's unwind and take the arms down. You can go ahead and shake out a little bit. All right, good work. Okay. Let's start again at the top of the mat. Feet a little hip distance or a little less. We'll inhale the arms up. And again, chest leading, we'll swan dive down to a forward fold, Utkatasana. Inhale to flat back. And exhale back to Uttasana. Inhale all the way up. Knees can be bent or straight as you come up. Inhale and exhale, palms together at the heart. This time we're going to bring the we'll keep our hands, palms together at the heart, and start to sit back into your chair. So start to bring the weight again to the left foot, and we'll lift the right ankle this time. So we're coming into a standing pigeon. So this time your ankle is right over that left knee. That right foot is flexed. sitting down as much as you can. Find your balance. Sometimes the balance is just a matter of how you think about it, what your mind is doing. I find it helps to really be focused on the abdominals. And just finding that perfect balance of effort and relaxation, so you're not trying too hard. Your weight is right over that supporting leg. From here, we're going to make a little transition to Warrior 3. So keeping your hands at your heart, we're going to lift that top leg, the right leg, and send it straight back, tilting forward. Option here to take your hands to the floor or your blocks. Find your balance. You can also take the arms out to an airplane position. Abdominal strong, long through the back of the neck. Then challenge here. See if we can come back to our standing pigeon, moving nice and slowly, crossing that leg over. And come up, release. Go ahead and shake it out. Lots of balancing today. So remember, you have the option in Warrior 3. You can also use the blocks here. You can take your arms back to an airplane or the full pose, arms forward. So we have lots of options. So let's start again. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, chest leading, floating down to your Uttasana. Let the head go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, relax the arms down. Inhale, let's come all the way up. And exhale, palms together at the heart. So this time, let's bring the weight to the right foot. And we'll cross the left ankle over the right, flexing that left foot, starting to bring the hips back into your chair position. Really take your time, find your balance. So think about being right centered over that supporting foot, abdominal strong, foot is flexed. And I know there's most times a big difference from one side to the other. Inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, we'll make that transition to Warrior 3 very slowly, starting to tilt forward. So Warrior 3, hips are square, toes facing down. Pressing through that back heel. Arms can stay where they are, or you can take them out to the side or forward. Challenge. Let's see if we can come back to our standing pigeon. Hold it there. Let's try that one more time. Let's make that transition again. From here, very slowly find your balance, sitting back in your chair. Inhale, and then as you exhale, extend that leg back. Arms can stay at your heart, or you can take them to your airplane position. Arms can be forward. Trying to keep the hips square. And last one, coming back to our pigeon pose. And let that go. Okay, I'm really feeling it in that hip now. Okay, that hip is going, okay, I'm done. All right, let's shake it out a little bit. Okay, come back to the front of the mat and drop the shoulders. Let's bring the hands to the heart, finding your Uttasana. Pressing all four corners of both feet into the mat. Abdominals slightly engaged. Go ahead and open your eyes. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, floating down to your forward fold. And then Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. This time, bend the knees as much as you need to bring the hands flat to the mat. We'll step the legs back so we're in a plank position. Lower the knees and untuck the toes. And we'll slowly lower all the way to the mat, bringing the elbows in close to the spine, shoulder blades together, and we'll lower all the way down. From here, let's bring the hands to our sides with the palms down. Pubic bone is pressing into the mat. Legs are nice and long, pressing into the mat, coming toward each other. Glutes are strong. And then we're going to lift the front body off the mat, shoulder blades together. Holding it there, take a breath, and exhale, lower down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lifting the chest, reaching the fingers back, maybe adding the legs this time, lifting the legs off the mat. Think of lengthening through the lower back and lower down. Take a breath. Maybe take your hands underneath your forehead. You can stack one palm on top of the other and just shake the hips back and forth a little bit. And again, extend the arms by your sides, palms down. And we'll do that one more time. Lifting the chest, lift the legs. Maybe interlace the fingers behind you. Lifting the chest a little bit more, shoulder blades together. Nice and long through the neck, so you're not pulling back on the neck. So you're looking maybe at the front edge of your mat. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders and we'll come into a hands and knees position. Inhale and exhale. Let's come into our cat pose. As a counter stretch, let the head drop, tailbone drops, navel to spine. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's bring the hips back and come into a child's pose, either knees together or knees separated with the toes together. And take a breath. And then we'll slowly come up, walk the hands back toward you, and just roll onto one hip, and we'll take the legs out in front. And then just take your hands to the sides. You can sit nice and tall, high on the sit bones, shoulders back, press through the heels. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, let's come forward any amount. Extending the chest toward the shins. You can hold on to the feet or have your hands on the mat. Again, nice and long through the back of the neck, pulling the abdominals in to come back maybe a little lower. And then just relax the head and let the upper body round and just relax into the pose. Feel the length in the back of the neck. And then walk the hands back as you slowly roll up. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly position. Again, sitting nice and tall. And let's come forward any amount. Holding on to the toes or the ankles. Lengthening through the back of the neck. And then you can go ahead and round and let the head drop. And then we'll slowly uncurl and come up. And let's take the soles of the feet flat to the mat. I was going to do something else, but we'll save it for Shavasana this time instead of cutting our Shavasana short again. So again, let's come back and we'll bring our back, come down to the mat just like we did in the beginning, using the strength of the abdominals to come all the way down. And you can slide the bottoms of the feet closer in toward the buttocks. And let's bring the knees up. We'll extend the arms to a T. And we'll just take a simple twist. Let the knees drop to the right. Option to take the right hand to the outside of that left knee for a little extra traction. You can take that left arm a little bit higher on a diagonal, really opening up the upper left chest. Inhale, exhale. See if you can let go and just let the knees melt into the floor or the mat. And if your hand is on top of the knee, re-extend the arms and we'll bring the knees up. Inhale, and then we'll just exhale, let the knees come down to the other side, and take your left hand to the outside of the right knee. Maybe lift that right arm a little bit higher for more of an opening in the upper right chest. And then we'll re-extend the arms out to the side, bring the knees up, and bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And then go ahead and extend the right leg long, extend the left. Coming into Shavasana, allow your arms to be at a nice easy angle from the shoulders. Go ahead and close your eyes. And take a deep breath in, and then exhaling, releasing all that effort. Start to allow the breath to come to its own natural rhythm. Relaxing through the face and the jaw. Let the shoulders be heavy, moving toward the mat. Maybe slightly parting the lips. Maybe noticing where there might be any residual tension and just letting that go. Allowing yourself to feel completely supported. And we'll start to deepen the breath. Bring some movement back to the fingers and toes, ankles. You can go ahead and bring your arms overhead, interlace the fingers, press the palms out, pressing through the heels for a full body stretch. And as you exhale, we'll bring one knee into the chest and the other knee. And then very slowly, gently roll to one side. And you can use your hands to push yourself back up, back to a cross-legged position. Keeping your eyes closed, bring the palms together at the heart. Take that last deeper breath. Just take a moment to feel the result of your practice. Hopefully, a little bit more of a sense of balance and calm. Take a moment of gratitude for each other and the practice, and that we have this amazing medicine of yoga to get us through the rest of the day and the rest of our lives. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. All right. We did it. You're welcome. All right. Let's see.
Thank you.
Good to see you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Who was saying hello to me?
Oh, that was Star.
Hello right back.
Tony.
Very
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.